Disney is not in a very good place. Yesterday, the news broke that Victoria Alonso is out of Marvel, which kind of was a shocker, to be honest, because she's constantly cited as one of the most powerful women in Hollywood. It's a big thing to be a powerful woman in Hollywood. And usually that means you're quite protected. But when the going gets tough, those titles and identity keys that people use to keep themselves propped up, those don't quite work as well as they do when things are going good. So Disney managers told to identify layoff candidates with 4K job cuts expected by April. So this isn't just people walking around Disneyland working at concession stands. No, they're laying off big salaried people. It's going to be really interesting to watch Disney this month. Well, this coming month. I think you're going to see a lot of heads roll. I think, as some people like to call situations like this, you're about to see a Disney bloodbath. And this comes after a long line of them playing politics, wanting to get involved in stuff like the parental rights bill. And then, of course, naturally, them putting a lot of progressive stuff in their movies, particularly with their live-action stuff. I mean, they've had a lot of bombs, but look no further than the future with stuff like The Little Mermaid to see just how bad it's going to get. So, The Little Mermaid official teaser trailer, as you know, we've talked about it, 3.5 million dislikes. One of the most disliked trailers in the history of YouTube. And then we got the more recent one, which is at 1.3 million dislikes. Now, the funny thing about this one is that you had a lot of people trying to stop this one, like that call to action account, that big Antifa account, trying to rally the troops. It couldn't get anybody to come like this trailer. It's all virtue signaling on Twitter. Can't get anybody to call to arms and come like this trailer and fix this up. So it's still at 246,000 likes. I find this hilarious, to be honest, because once again, nothing can be done when these people try to call to action. But here's the thing. Disney's in full damage control over this. You already had Halle Bailey come out and call fans racist, basically. Remember that? I did a video on that last week. Disney's calling out their B-listers. This Josh Gad, this guy does a lot of voice work for them. He's come out and he's calling fake fans pathetic. And then naturally the news cycle hits, and you see every outlet. Josh Gad wedged into witches uproar over Little Mermaid. Josh Gad calls out trolls hating on the Little Mermaid. See what I'm saying? Everybody covers it. I find it funny. It's so predictable. And it's going to get worse. Wait until the movie actually comes out. As we get closer to this movie coming out, the shills, all these like big Twitter lefty accounts, the media, they're all going to jump in to defend this film. It'll be interesting to see if this actually makes any money, too. I am really curious to how this does in the theaters, because it seems like there's a lot of people pissed off, but at the end of the day, how does it do in films? Let me know what you guys think it's going to do in the theaters. But that leads us to today's story. Halle Bailey quite talkative again, pretty much saying that her version of the film is now the new, better version. It's better than the original. She's given a more modern take to Ariel. This is the one you got to see. Forget that old cartoon version. This version has more character depth than the original. Definitely changed her wanting to leave the ocean for a boy. Got to get that out of there, that love story. Women don't need men anymore. They don't need men anymore. They don't need no man. They're better without a man. Shit gets so tiring, and they just keep doing it. God, it's going to be hilarious if they lose assloads of money over this movie. Oh, I hope it fails. I hope it bombs. It's just going to be so funny if it does, because there's nothing that makes me happier than seeing Disney lose money. And they've been losing money. They've been losing a lot of money. Marvel's in the shitter. Star Wars is in the shitter. Man, they ran Star Wars into the ground. Not even the Mandalorian can save them anymore. Oh, it's going to be so great to see them. Like that Mario movie makes $1 billion. You know someone's sitting over there saying, man, that used to be our money. Because every Pixar movie that came out, what do they do? They'd all do big, big money. Now you got Illumination making all that money. It's funny how the tide turns. So this has been making the rounds. I saw this originally yesterday. Halle Bailey says her version of Ariel is more nuanced than the original Little Mermaid. We've definitely changed that perspective of just her wanting to leave the ocean for a boy. It's way bigger than that. It's about herself, her purpose, her freedom, her life, and what she wants. As women, we are amazing. We are independent. We are modern. We are everything and above. And I'm glad that Disney is updating some of these themes. All right, it's better than that old sexist original. It's better. Not only is it better than that old sexist original, it now outdates it. And if you say anything otherwise, you are, of course, a racist and a sexist. This all comes from this big interview that she gave to Edition. It's not totally about The Little Mermaid, but they definitely talk about it a lot because, well, they're all thinking that this thing is going to be big. This is all damage control. That's why she's out there so much giving all these interviews, talking about how great it is to see yourself and all this shit. And now throwing the other one under the bus. That's not the way you do it. You need to talk about the original lovingly and then say, well, we thought it would be fun to do this or that, and not talk about how you update it and make the other one irrelevant. That's not the way. That's not the way to win over fans of a property. People are so insanely dumb when it comes to trying to get people to get excited for these things. The last thing people want to see, first off, is dog shit looking CGI like this. And here you talk about how the original is sexist and garbage. Like, that's not really getting anybody hyped up for your movie. It really isn't. So I'm blown away every time these people open their mouths. They really need they need to get scripts before they do these interviews and try to figure out better ways. Like the Mario people are doing it too. I didn't make a video on it because if Peach is a little more assertive in the new movie, it's not going to bother me because she's been a playable character in many games. I don't really care. As long as the movie's good and they don't shit on Mario the whole movie and they make the movies fun and entertaining, I'll be pretty happy. But when you have the directors come out and talk about how she's a girl boss, it definitely does turn me off a little bit. Like, I don't want to hear that. Just shut up. Shut up. Stop talking. Stop putting your foot in your mouth. Like, that's something that you shouldn't be out there doing. Just hype the movie up. People are tired of hearing about girl boss shit. So, these people are just dumb, and they ruin good things for themselves. But she's out here talking about how it's so much better. She's not leaving the ocean for a boy, and the old one's got all these problematic themes and shit. And it's like, come on, man. You're making the situation worse. You see how people are taking this movie. Why are you out here trashing the original? I'll never understand it. You want to know why you're losing money, Disney? This is also part of the problem. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and my locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.